Hi folks, and welcome to the latest edition of Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB. We've got videotape this week with Cam Jansen. We've got videotape this week with Stephen Schultz. We've got Helen and the gang on the gallery from Grice's. We've got Shelley and the gang on the gallery from the Legends. And on the couch, we've got Sam Oakford. And we've got Robert Lakovitz. I'm actually going to start, we normally do it at the end, but I'm going to start with the Flower Vision Bouquet Imaginary Bouquet Award of the Week, because it can only go to one lot of people. The Flower Vision Bouquet goes to you, the fans of the GMB Panthers. The 70th anniversary shirts, 70 of them in a replicas, sold in 70 minutes. You are stars, you've done us proud. That means we've already got enough money in the can to cover the cost of the replica shirts and the game-worn shirts, which the boys are going to wear at Christmas and New Year, and then we're going to auction those shirts to raise money for the Wolfson Cystic Fibrosis Unit at the City Hospital in memory of Mark and Adrian Davis. Great cause, two great lads, short lives, far too short, suffered from cystic fibrosis, and their mum Val still works at the ward as a volunteer. She rang us in, she contacted us, and she said, any chance of a bit of fundraising? You betcha, we're going to do our best in memory of Mark and Adrian. Sammy and Lacko on the couch. You're looking forward to wearing those white shirts, aren't you?
Yeah, they look awesome. It's a good bit of fun when we had the brown ones last year, and these white ones look really
whoa,
cool.
They weren't brown, they were Friar Tuck shirts.
Friar Tuck.
Friar Tuck shirts after we did Robin Hood shirts.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. That makes sense. Sorry, my bad. The Friar Tuck shirts. Yeah.
Thank you.
But there you go. But yeah, they're awesome, and like you say, doing some really good stuff for charity with them as well. It's always great to do stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to wearing those.
And Lacko were not only the white shirts to wear this year, but this weekend against Coventry, it's the teddy bear toss.
Yeah, gotta love that. I mean,
last year we were expecting a couple of dozen toys to be thrown on and what have you, and they came down. I think it was about 3,000 in the end.
Yeah, I think we'll need another team of under 10s on there to clear the ice quicker.
We might be going for adults this year to try and get them off the ice quicker. And we're hoping for an early goal as well, so we can get it in and out of the way.
Get it out of the way. Hopefully we're going to win the game as well. But,
yeah. So bring your teddy bears, bring your soft toys, wrap them in plastic, bring the new toys, throw them on the ice as soon as you'll be told. Ken is not going to let this go. Ken, the announcer, Feasty Boy, as we know him, the DJ, is going to let you know when to throw them on. I mean, it's not going to happen, but if we weren't to score, there'll be a moment where Ken says it's time to throw the toys onto the ice. But hopefully it will, as we say, happen early. Coventry, big rivalry, Lacko, big rivalry.
Yeah, definitely. There are always interesting games against Coventry. Even if you see they're not doing too well in the league at the minute, they don't give an easy game. So we're going to have to be prepared and play as if it was a Sheffield or top of the table clash.
And Sammy, it's that man Stewart in goal. You know, our fans love to hate him. He's proper Marmite, isn't he? The Coventry fans love him, and Shelley and the gang hate him.
Yeah, I mean, he does a few things, I guess, that winds up the fans. But you know, if he's on his game, then it's tough to score against him. We've already seen, we saw last year in the playoffs, and we've seen this year again. You know, in Coventry a couple of times, he's just been outstanding, and you know, he's a great goalie. So if he's on his game, we know we're going to have to do something special to put the puck past him.
But we don't want the fans to wrap their toys in a brick and throw it at him and shout, "It's all your fault, Stewie." You know, I mean, soft toys wrapped in plastic, no bricks.
Yeah, I think that's probably not the best idea. There'd be a few arrests leaving the old arena if that was the case.
We've had some battles with Coventry though, Lacko, and I mean, they did knock us out in the playoffs last year. It was a tight game, it could have gone either way, and it was Stewart that was the difference, and that guy up front, Ryan Amara, he's not with them anymore, but Stewart's still there.
Yeah, as I said, they're just close games, and ever since the bench clearance, I think it's been a high-profile game, and it gets the players excited, it gets the fans excited, so I think it's going to be a good game.
Wasn't so much of a bench clearance as an into our bench with their players and Blazer hanging over and swinging.
Yeah, all I can remember is Stevie Lee and Farms, really, but it didn't end so well for Farms, and I think he's pretty thankful to Steve for that. But yeah.
And Sam, in the locker room, there was a not a tension, but there was an air of building up to the Belfast game because it was a top of the table clash. The week before, it was building up to a Sheffield game, and now it's a Coventry game. That's 3 high octane fixtures in a row for us.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like now, you know, the position we're in, where every game we come at the start of the week and we understand that when it comes to Saturday, Sunday, we can't have a weekend off because, you know, we're deep in the season now, you know, and every game's counting, so we have to make sure that we play as well as we can, and we know, you know, Coventry is going to be a battle, so we have to prepare properly for it.
And on the blue line, Jeff Waugh came back last weekend. He got slicker as each shift went on. You could see he'd been away for 5-6 weeks, and he got better as ever with any athlete playing any sport. But you've got to get used to it again.
Yeah, of course, you're going to be a bit rusty. He was out, 6 weeks or whatever, but great to have Wazi back. He's a real big presence there, and he skates well, moves the puck well, and he ended up contributing to the tie and then the winning goal. So obviously, what a great return for Wazi, and it's awesome to have him back there.
And Robert, you've been around long enough now to know that just one player coming back can give everyone a lift. It kind of just tilts the lines around a little bit and what have you. We're still missing Stephen Schultz. Yep. We're still missing, you've mentioned him, Robert Farmer. I mean, just because he's got 3 lots of keyhole surgery in there, I mean, I don't know what his problem is. He's going to get a mention later when we do the Jim Grice sponsored Grimaldi moment of the week. But only 2 guys missing now, and we had a bigger squad than normal to start with. So, but that one player makes a lift, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do, and we're doing all right. We're doing fine as it was, but to get that extra 2 players back, then it just gives everyone an extra bit of confidence, and you can play a lot harder, shorter, harder shifts, and you maintain that intensity for longer through the game, and you wear teams down. And then, as we've done the last 2 weeks, come the end of the game, we're still fresher, and we go on to win, and because we have a lot more legs than the other teams.
I was talking to some college students earlier today, and they were at their first ever game, Belfast game. I mean, what a first game! I mean, it was a good game, and we're going to be analysing it in a moment with Dan and Eddie. They had a bit of everything. They had the scrap, they had the goals, they had the short-handed goal, they had the 2 in 24 minutes. And it went well, and I asked them, what did you think about it? And they said, well, the thing we didn't understand was why the guys were getting on and off the ice so often. And I said, well, I have to explain that to you. This isn't a marathon. This is a series of Usain Bolt sprints. So when you've got that one person coming on, it means you can go that bit harder, as you say, on a shorter shift.
Yeah, definitely. Even in the summer when we're doing our training, people wonder if you go out for long runs and work on your endurance, but it's not like that. We do a lot of sprint work on the bikes and sprints with the heavy weights behind us, and it's a lot better when you have the extra bodies, because you can go harder and you get the extra rest.
And the work in the gym, Sammy, that's aimed as well at short, sharp bursts and recovery, and then going again.
Yeah, that's exactly it, because you get that. You do your work for 40 seconds and then you're off, and like you say, when I have people come to watch who've never been before, they kind of don't really grasp it, but it's that short, sharp sprint. So Poundy does us the short burst of exercise within a bit of rest, and getting our bodies ready to play hockey. There's no point in doing the long runs, because that's not how you play.
Those newcomers loved it though. They've already bought tickets for Coventry. That's Saturday at the Capital FM Arena at 7 o'clock. One person they won't see, although it was ultimately better news than first feared, Stephen Schultz. And I caught up with him during the game last weekend. Well, it's great to talk to him, but we'd rather watch him playing. Stephen Schultz joins us for a little update on the situation. Stephen, the scan came through, the specialist had a good look, the next specialist had a look, and the good news is Poundy's got to work on it.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little bit worrisome there the first 4 or 5 days, but we were able to get it situated, sorted out, and had the proper people take a look at it, and hopefully I won't be up here too long, but obviously only time will tell from here on out. So
we're talking probably 6-8 weeks.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks, and once we go through that timetable, then it's obviously getting back on the ice and getting fit to play, and looking forward to getting the recovery started next week, and be out there as soon as I can.
Must be particularly frustrating for you, because all players have to adjust to a new league and a new team, and you had done that. You had the benefit of having played with Andy Bombach before, but it was really clicking, wasn't it, when the injury happened?
Yeah, definitely. Spent a long time this summer training, and once I found out I was coming here, I was really excited, and speaking with Corey over the summer, and coming in here, usually it takes some time, like you said, to get adjusted, but the guys in our locker room just welcomed me and all us other imports with open arms, and made our lives easy, and showed us around the city, and had to keep busy away from the rink, inviting us over for dinners, taking us to lunches, and when you have that away from the rink, it makes it even more fun to play when you're at the rink every single day. So,
and I know this is such an obvious point to make, but we speak English.
Yeah, definitely.
You've played elsewhere, and other guys have played elsewhere. It must be a nightmare for them.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to go to the grocery store now and actually see what you want, and someone able to help you as opposed to looking around for 45 minutes.
And as you say, the players have made you and Andy and all the others feel really welcome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just it's a credit to the organization and to the coaching staff and to you, and you bring in character guys, and obviously you guys have had a winning tradition, and hoping we can all contribute to that this year and years to come.
And the fans have loved watching you, and they can't wait to get you back.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and hopefully I can give them a little gift in the new year and be back sooner rather than later. So we'll see what happens.
Let's check out the analysis from the weekend game.
Thanks for that, Gary. We're here by the TV, and we're going to look at some of the key plays from the victory over the Belfast Giants. And with you, Dan, we're going to see what happened. All right, here we come in action. Lakovic, he'll deal over to Moran. And what's happening over here, Greener?
I believe this is when the Panthers are short-handed here, so Giants are just coming in trying to set up the power play. Great save there from Mika, but Beach is right on the doorstep to put the rebound in. I say great first save there, but obviously being short-handed, just couldn't get on the rebound, and Beach fires it in for Belfast to take the 1-0 lead.
I think it was indeed a 2-minute minor assessed to Paul Swindlehurst there. Now here comes Mosey on the forecheck. He was active.
Yeah, this is another great penalty kill from the boys here, and obviously Rob Lakovic putting the goal in. Great first save by Stephen Murphy, but Lacko, see their great save, but Lacko does well here. He could have just obviously pulled out, but manages to find the puck and fires it into the top corner to tie the game.
A nice little chip by Juraj Kolnick there, and the Panthers are working below the goal line.
Yeah, this is a great energy shift by the boys. You see Cam there and Bomber getting in on the forecheck, causing a bit of a nuisance in front of the net, which is what Cam's great at. And I think this is the whole sort of build-up to the Adam Keith, Cam Jansen fight off this face-off here. You see Cam and I think it's Nickerson talking, but it'll end up with Keith coming over and challenging him.
Yeah, watch how Cam actually finishes the check there on Nickerson, and that gets the attention of both Nickerson and Keith. And there we go. Sticks are down, and tell us about this fight. This was an energizing one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, we were talking about it a little bit earlier. Two guys, probably smaller guys for tough guys, but huge hearts. Keith and Cam, they've both done it for years, and Cam really wanted to get a fight, especially at home. In front of our sort of great fans, get the crowd energized, and you can see here a lot of great shots. But you can see they're both really good technical fighters. And Cam was a great job here. I think a few times I thought it was over, but both of them enjoy quite long fights. So this goes on for sort of a minute and a half.
Two very feisty packages in Cam Jansen and Adam Keith.
Yeah, I think obviously they're both fan favourites, and they both sort of know their role and want to get the crowd going. Keith's never going to back down, and good for him. I'd say it's a fairly even fight. I might just give it to Cam, but really great job by both of them.
Kudos for the linesman for not breaking it up too early.
Yeah, because I think, a couple of times they go down, and again there they could have stopped it, but they let them sort of punch it out, and it's what the fans wanted to see. It's obviously a lot of honour between them, and it was a really good fight.
Nice little celly there by Cam at the end. The goal is going to come here, and that face-off's going to happen to the right of Murphy. Now when the face-off happens, look at the right wing. Look at Matthew Myers. Immediately in front of the goal.
Yeah, that's obviously what he does so well. First of all, great face-off win there by Brad Moran. Yeah, he's straight to the net, taking away Murphy's eyes. And obviously you can see there Murph can't see anything, tries to look around him, and Linger picks his spot for a nice power play goal to tie the game at 2.
Now here comes an interesting play. Look at Waugh, and look at the man who he's going to draw across. There we go. He draws him all the way across, and that gives Betteridge real estate to work with. Yeah,
and a really good shot. You saw Lacko there using his speed out wide to get in the zone, and Jeff was really good. We've obviously missed that. He's a big guy. He can handle the puck down low, and he's create space. And then a good shot by Ollie. I think he's not really screened here, Murph. But yeah, you see, I don't know if it was a deflection off the D-man or it just took a bobble off the ice, but good shot by Ollie there to tie the game.
Those are the goals goaltenders want back, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I say it took a little bit of a deflection, but yeah, it was from a little bit of distance without a screen, so Murph will probably want that back, but it was a really nice goal from Ollie.
Now look at this. Evan Mosey's going to put on the Jets, going to slice through the neutral zone, and watch his movement off the puck, all the way behind the cage. He'll regain it after Waugh feeds him. And boom, there it is.
And then obviously again you see Matthew Myers there in front of the net, doing what he does best, and obviously Mose has such great speed, he just wheels into the zone, no problem. And then here, yeah, he's just unchallenged. To say Matthew see him in front, Murph again can't see anything, and Mose throws in the top corner. Mose has a really good shot from the point like that. You know, he doesn't use a slap shot, but he manages to find a way through, and turns out to be the game-winning goal.
Double screen as well. Mason tried to take out Matthew, but he kept position in front of the net. I think this is at the very end of the game where Belfast were in a bit of a surge, just inches wide.
Yeah, they've obviously got they pull Murphy there for the extra attackers. They're obviously going to have some pressure, but the boys managed to box it up well. So it's almost like a penalty kill for the last minute. And I think there was Smitty there with the empty net. That would have been nice, but you see there they just hold on and fire it out for the win.
And a great celebration there also by Mika Weekman to cap off a perfect Saturday for the GMB Nottingham Panthers. Thank you, Dan Green, for coming with me to look at some of the key plays. And now we're going to go up to the gallery and meet our guests.
The new Fiat 500, the Icon Reloaded. In Fiat showrooms now.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
I'm Jeff Dimon, and you're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
Ice hockey, the world's fastest team sport, played in Nottingham by the GMB Nottingham Panthers. For tickets and fixtures, visit panthers.co.uk.
All right, we're here with our friends from Jim Grice's. It's a pleasure to have you here, Helen and Ian. We just saw your ad here, actually, your advert. Tell about how that that advert happened.
We just wanted to do something different and amusing that would get us name recognised. And we went to the comical side of seeing the Panthers do the household chores.
Yeah, I just actually heard you when you first came into office. You said it still puts a smile to your face, and that's something you guys talk about over there as well, yeah?
It is, yes, especially when Evan pulls the pucks out in the microwave. Yeah, it still makes us giggle, yeah.
That's certainly a highlight, Evan's microwave pucks. Now, Ian, the boys came over. Tell us about how was it working with the guys over there?
Really good, to be honest. Yeah, they were all really professional, turned up. Nobody shirked on what we were going to ask them to do. Dan was really good with the cleaner, bless him. Mosey was a real good laugh with pucks. Yeah, that took a couple of takes. But yeah, they all did quite well. Yeah, we tried to get Ollie to strip off to do the Levi's advert for the washing machines, but no, wouldn't do it, unfortunately. So, but yeah, it went really well. Yeah.
So tell us, how did Jim Grice's become involved with the GMB Nottingham Panthers? What's the story behind there?
It's really through Helen, to be honest. Helen's a really big Panthers fan. I'm a season ticket holder for myself. When I went for the job as manager, Ellen noticed I was a Panthers fan and really took it from there, really. Yeah, I think to work at Jim Grice's, it's mandatory. You've got to be a Panthers fan, to be honest. So, yeah, we kind of just took it from there. We wanted to get involved. We tried to get involved in the past. This opportunity came up. Yeah, we just jumped at it, really, yeah. Yeah, really good to be involved.
That sounds really fantastic. And we have another big Panthers fan, Shelley Belcher. You'll probably know her from the Nottingham Legend. You work closely with the team. You work closely with Corey's testimonial. Yeah. Has business been picking up now that season's been starting?
Yeah, it's been really good. We've got his testimonial Christmas party next on the 21st of December. We had a Halloween party last week. It was just mad. We had a lot of Sheffield fans there, which was good. It's good to get the opposition fans in.
No hostility at all?
No, this is hockey, not football. It's hockey.
We like how it's friendly.
Really, really good. Yeah, it's picking up every week. So.
That's good stuff. And how many people do you get usually during game day wearing a jersey?
Oh, most of them wear jerseys. You can always tell. That's how you know who's Sheffield, unless they just speak to you and you get their accent. But there's quite a few from Mansfield that come as Panthers fans, so you're not sure whether they're Yorkshire. Know what I mean? But yeah, it's you can always tell which ones the Panthers fans are and which ones the opposition are. But they all sit together. They're all. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. We've always drank in there before when it was the other pub. But yeah.
So how long have you actually been a fan of the GMB Nottingham Panthers?
I was at the first game in 1980.
Wow.
I've missed a few over the years with the different jobs that I've done, but I've always managed to do at least 2 or 3 each year. But the last few years, I've been everywhere.
Well, you got to ask from a diehard fan like yourself, what is your absolute highlight over all those years?
There's a few. Yeah, there's a few. When we won at Wembley, that was amazing. The triple, obviously, 3 years ago. Asiago, Sweden, Finland, Hamburg, Amiens. It's every time you go, you say it's the best time you've ever had, and then the next time you go, and that's the best time you've ever had. And we've just got some amazing memories. Met some amazing people as well.
We just love when we get such passionate fans on this show and in our stands. Sally, you're also yourself a fan. Do you have a favorite player or some favorite players to pick out?
Yeah, Cam this year, I think. He's sat at our table at the testimonial. He seems a good laugh, genuine person.
Was he nice to talk to?
Really nice, yeah. Yeah, spoke to us all night. Had a couple of drinks with us, yeah. Really nice.
Drank a lot of my wine.
Yeah, I've heard Cam prefers wine over beer, perhaps because of calories and so on. Now, Dan, obviously, you've seen fans over the years here at the Nottingham Panthers for years and years now, and the building's been rocking this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think this year has been probably the best since I've been here. I don't know if it's more fans or just kind of making more noise, or maybe we're just playing better. So obviously they're sort of more involved with the goals and stuff. But yeah, we seem to pretty much fill it almost every night. So it's been great so far.
Now, talk about really quickly, there have been lately a couple of those resiliency type of wins where the Panthers are down and then they come back. Was this something you were expecting from the start of the season, that this squad is such a fighter?
I think so, yeah. I mean, obviously with the league improving every year and the sort of lower end teams getting better every year, there's not, very rarely going to be those big blowout wins. It just doesn't seem to happen as much with anyone. So, we have to be prepared to win anyway, whether it's a goal or a shootout or anything. So, it doesn't really matter who we play, what night. We know we're going to have to grind it out. So I think we're just prepared to, go that extra mile every night now.
Thank you to everybody at the Chick Zammit Gallery. Big thanks to all of you. And we're going to join Gary at the couch after a small ad break.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
Amore. Subito.
Say hello to the all-new Fiat 500X. The Italian crossover, ready for action in all Fiat showrooms from April 24th.
I'm Evan Mosey. You're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
Thanks for watching. Checking It Out from the Panthers office in association with the GMB. Robert Lakovitz and Sam Oakford are with us, and in a moment we'll be talking to Cam Jansen in an interview we recorded after the win over the Belfast Giants. But they were talking up on the gallery there, guys, about the atmosphere up in the stands. It does seep through onto you guys down on the ice, and Corey a couple of times in the last couple of weeks has been talking, Sammy, about the energy from the fans transmitting, and there's no stopping the team once that energy gets going. It's like a runaway train.
Yeah, exactly. And, the crowds, they've been bigger all year, and you can feel like the better we're playing, the louder the stadium gets. And, midweek games against when we played Edinburgh, it was really busy and the fans were loud and it was exciting. And, that definitely helps us boys. We can definitely hear that, when the fans are going and they're great like they have been all season. you know, you can definitely feel the energy, you know, up on the ice.
And when it's a runaway train like that, you need Steven Seagal to stop us, don't you? Like that's a reference, folks. Before we went on there, we tried to name as many movie stars as we could. Lacko lost. Steven Seagal.
Yep.
But when you're going out there on the ice, are you itching to get back on the ice for the next shift when that roll's going?
Yeah, you are, and you'll often see us all stood up on the bench trying to see what's going on, and Corey's constantly yelling at guys to sit down on the bench. And once you've had your shift and you come off, he tells you to sit down, like just shut your mind off for a minute, regain.
Fill your lungs.
Yeah, exactly, and then be ready to go again. But guys don't want to do that. They want to be stood up, want to be watching, want to be involved all the time. So yeah. It's often like that on the bench.
But that's good, isn't it? That everyone wants to be out there and trying to do it.
That's exactly it, and that's, you know, when you're playing well as a team and you have that momentum, it's you want to be part of it. You want to come to the rink every day. You want to be a part of, you know, the dressing room, and when you're in the games, you want to be part of it, and you want to take your next shift and get out there because, you know, it's exciting and the fans are enjoying it and it's good.
And it's a real dogfight at the moment. I mean, Panthers win over Belfast took Panthers to top of the table, but then Belfast, after 17 saves, managed to win a shootout for a 2-1 scoreline in Manchester. 17 saves, apparently, or 17 misses of some kind. And eventually Mike Radji got it. Mike Radji didn't even play in the first game here. He's from Chicago. He's called Mike. Guess what his wife's called? Molly. Mike and Molly from Chicago, just like the television programme. I hope she's not as big, though. For his sake. He's only a little guy. Shelley's only a little guy. This weekend, Coventry.
Yep.
As we've said at the top of the show, big Midlands rivalry. How do you think Cam Jansen's going to go into one now? Because Kiefer did well. We saw it in the analysis. Yep. Kiefer, you know, stepped up to the plate, and Cam stepped up to the plate. He's definitely a second half fighter, isn't he? Can you remember Dodie Wood? I saw Dodie Wood have about 20 fights. I never saw him win the first half of any fight. I never saw him lose. You'll remember him, Shelley. He just let the other guy, but unlike Cam, he doesn't get them at arm's length. Dodie said, hit it. Go on, hit it. Keep hitting it. Hit it. Have you done? Have you worn out? Right, now I'm going to hit your back, sort of thing.
Yeah.
He had a tough skull. But, you know, that wouldn't have done Cam any harm whatsoever.
No, I think he was looking for that big first fight. I know he's had a couple of not really
Tussles.
the fights that not the fights he wants to have in this league, but Keith gave him that, and I think it'll do him a lot of good, a bit of confidence, because he hasn't had that, and that's one of his jobs. Although he plays his role really well, and he's not like the guys we've seen in the past that get carried away being the tough guy and taking stupid penalties. He plays his role perfectly, I think.
And he is that bubbly, energetic guy. What you see at home, folks, when we talk to him, is what the guys see in the room, isn't it, Sammy?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's good fun. We've got a lot of good characters this year, actually. It's a great dressing room to be part of. But yeah, Cam's, every day he's full of energy. Even at 7 in the morning in the gym, he's always bubbling. We're all sort of there like, oh yeah. But like Cam's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome guy.
I'm just leaving the gym at 7 because I've already
yeah.
done that.
yeah. But no, Cam's awesome. He's an awesome presence to have around, and he's a great part of the dressing room.
Let's talk to him. Here's Cam Jansen. Cam Jansen, we're talking to you after 2 great wins for the G&B Panthers, 2 one-game weekends, 2 come-from-behind victories in front of big crowds. This is what you talked to me about in the summer when you said you were coming to join the Nottingham Panthers for.
You're absolutely right. The crowd was great tonight. I mean, they were loud, energetic. We need to find ways to not come from behind, but that shows that you're a good team, that you can go play 2 decent, somewhat bad periods, and all of a sudden turn it on and win hockey games against good clubs. We got to figure out ways to play 60 solid minutes, but boy, oh boy, those are good wins against good teams and against a big crowd like that. Awesome. And you're absolutely right. When we did talk about that, you were right. Boy, they were energetic, and God, it got me pumped up. And I got my buddies here too, so they were excited as well.
But you also energised the crowd with your little set 2 with Kiefer, and give Adam Kiefer credit. He stepped up to the plate. Well, another player there perhaps looked like he wasn't keen to, but Adam Keefe's got a reputation for doing that. He stepped up to the plate. It was a good scrap. You both stood toe to toe. I thought you landed the bigger punches, but then he got back up on the floor
he did get
again.
that go. I thought he was done for after that. But I played against him in juniors, and we fought in juniors, and he's a tough kid. And he's their captain, and I think that Nickerson might have been hurt because I asked Nickerson to go. I think he was injured, so the captain stepped up to the plate. He knew I was not in a happy mood in the first period. And either, you know, he was going to have to do it, Nickerson, either he was injured and didn't have to fight, or Lloyd would have to fight. So as a captain, he stepped up and give him props for that, and we traded punches, and, you know, the crowd loved it, and the boys got pumped up, and that's all that matters.
I think the crowd loved Cam Jansen.
Yeah, I think you're right.
and you thank them for their support straight after the and now then later in the game with David Ling being tossed out, yourself and Ollie Bettridge probably got more ice time than you would have got. Now we're talking a guy's played in the NHL getting more ice time because Ling has been thrown out, and you're talking about local lad Ollie getting more ice time, and then the kid only goes and pops the equalising goal.
He played a great game, and his confidence is high, and we need that. We need him to step up like that, and he does. And when we're down guys like that, when there's only 3 lines like that, a 19-year-old kid to step up in a game against a team like that is great. It's great to see that, because that's our future. That's our future. Now he's a great kid, and he works with me in practice, and he does the right things, and he works hard in practice. And when you do that, it shows in games, and he's playing great hockey right now, and he's going to be a good player. He's going to be a good player, and we need that to happen if we're going to be the best, and we are going to be the best.
You mentioned the future. The immediate future for the Nottingham Panthers, still looking bright?
Yeah, absolutely it does. We're here to win. I mean, I was saying it the other day, is I am still not keen on the Champions League and whatnot. We need to win every game. We need to win every game. We need to win as much games as possible, and we're winning games, and the boys are gelling, and we got a great group of guys in the locker room. We know how to, you know, get out of adversity and having a couple bad periods and going out in the third period and scoring a couple goals just like that, boom, boom, and all of a sudden we won the game. Good teams find ways to win hockey games, and we found a way again tonight.
And the energy just oozes off Cam Jansen. So, just before we say bye-bye, it's time for the Jim Grice-sponsored Grimaldi moment of the week. It's the clown moment of the week. You guys skipped the advert, didn't you, for Grice's?
Yeah, unfortunately.
You weren't hoovering, you weren't microwaving anything.
Would have loved to have done it, but Ollie and Swindlehurst took it for us. So,
all right. You'll have seen this. You won't know this. At Christmas time, it's always our tradition in the Match magazine to do what have you had for Christmas, what would you like to get for Christmas, what was your favourite New Year, that thing. So every year we knock out a little player profile questionnaire for the boys. Have you done yours?
Yeah, I filled it in this week.
You're bound to say that in front of me. Yeah. Sammy, have you done yours?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right. Won't ask you the answers because they'll be in the question, but the Grimaldi Joker of the Week award, sponsored by Jim Grice's, goes to Robert Farmer. Best New Year ever. Do you know what he wrote?
I don't want to think.
1996. That's it. No more.
It was a good one.
It was a good one. We've now looked it up, me and Eddie, and worked out he was 4. Possibly 5. Now, at 4 and 5 years old, what on earth did Farms do to make it the best New Year ever? What happened?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
What, he opened his eyes?
Maybe got a beard trimmer for Christmas.
1996. Happy New Year, Farms. Nice and early for you. Robert Lakovitz, Sam Oakford, the gang on the Chickzammit Gallery. Thanks for watching, checking it out from the Panthers office with the GMB. See you next time, folks.